and that is how capitalism works. You know, capitalism works in a way whereby you find out that capitalism can allow people to do things that will never ever make them rich, no matter how hardworking they are. So between the layers and the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, which breed of chicken has a lot of money in the end? When you're doing poultry farming, you have to really know which kind of breed of chicken that you have to be able to put so as it can be able to give you a lot of profits in the end. If you just decide and rear any kind of chicken and yet you don't know if they will be profitable in the end, you may think that you'll get a lot of money in the end, but you end up finding out that you're getting losses. In any kind of poultry farming business, you have to know which value chain you are taking. Are you starting to do poultry farming whereby you are rearing the layers for the purposes of eggs, or you are rearing the improved Kienyeji for the purposes of meat or eggs? So, like on my farm, for me as a person who I'm doing brooding, or I'm doing the breeding program, okay? For the number of chicken that I have on my poultry farm, which is around 1,200 birds that I have on my poultry farm, I have an equivalent to a person who has 10,000 layers. You are wondering why I'm saying so. That is it. For me, a person who is rearing the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken for the purposes of breeding, having 1,200 chicken only, I'm equivalent to a person who has 10,000 layers. And between the layers and the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, which kind of chicken has a lot of money in the long run? According to me and according to my estimates of what I've been able to do over the years, I found out that the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken has a lot of money than the layers. Why am I saying so? For example, let's do a simple arithmetic and let's do a sample size of 100 birds. So if you have 100 layers, let's say they will consume around 120 grams per bird per day. If you multiply that by the 100 birds, meaning they will be consuming 12 kgs per day. Let's do in a month how many bags will they have consumed of 50 kg. Let's say they would have consumed around, when you do the calculation, you'll end up finding out that they would have consumed around 7 bags of 50 kg. That's around 350 something to 360 kgs. So they would have consumed around 7 bags. And let's do this math whereby the 7 bag, let's say each bag costs around 3,000 for the 7 bags. You end up finding out that for the 7 bags, that will be around 21,000. That is for the layers. Then that is the cost of input. You are only putting here the feeds. You are not putting water and labor, but you're just putting the feeds only. So as you can come up with an estimate, everything else can be standard. And let's say let's go for the second sample size of the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken of 100. Let's say you have 90 hens and 10 roosters. Out of these 90 hens and 10 roosters, you'll end up finding out that they will consume around 140 grams per day per cuckoo, per chicken, or per hen. Meaning, per day they will consume 14 kg. This is 2 kg more than the layers, okay? Then in a month, you'll end up finding out that they will consume around 8 bags, 1 bag extra. So when you do your math, let's put a base price of 3,000. You'll end up finding out that this improved Kienyeji breed of chicken would have consumed around 24,000. Remember, for the layers, they have consumed 21,000, and the improved Kienyeji, they have consumed 3,000 more. Now let's continue with our calculation. For the layers, let's say our layers are laying 90%. We are doing a sample size of 100. They are laying 90%. So out of the 100 birds, we are getting 90 eggs. Meaning in a month, when you do your calculation, you'll end up finding out that you are getting 90 trays. Yes, it's just simple like that, 90 trays. When you take the 90 trays and you multiply by 350, which is the selling price of the eggs per tray, 350, 90 times 350, you'll end up finding out that the cost of sale of all the goods from the layers, it will be 31,500 Kenyan shillings. Okay? I think you are with me here. We want to go to the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. We have said this chicken are laying 90%, and we have found out that you'll be able to sell each tray of egg at 350 Kenyan shillings. This means you'll be able to get 31,500 2,500 Kenyan shillings as sales from layers at the end of the month. Now let's do the calculation of the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. The breed of chicken that I usually put on my poultry farm, the actuary farms. If you are rearing the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken for the 90 hens, remember these are not 100, the 90 hens. Let's do a good estimate. 80% are laying out of the 90. You'll find out that you'll get around 72 trays of eggs per month. The 72 trays of eggs per month, when you do your arithmetic, you'll end up finding out that for every tray of fertilized egg from the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, I know in most market people usually call them the local breeds, you'll be selling a tray of egg at 900 Kenyan shillings. Mine, I usually sell up to 1,000. But I'm saying to other farmers, they are selling at 900 Kenyan shillings. I think you are with me with the mathematics. I don't want to sway away so as you don't get the real meaning of why I'm talking about why improved Kienyeji is way better than layers. So if you do your mathematics, you find out that 72 times the 900, you end up finding out that the mathematics usually come to around 64,800, around there, 64,800 when you do the mathematics. That is the cost of sale of fertilized eggs at the end of the month from improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, the 90, which are laying at 80%. So you end up finding out that the cost of input, you have said you are only using constants here. We have not placed labor, water, and other things that may come up. And remember, the improved Kienyeji are more hardy and resistant to diseases than the layers. Okay? So I like dealing with numbers so as you can understand. So if you have 100 layers, you have found out that, don't forget the 31,500 cells of eggs of layers, and the cost of input is 21,000. Meaning, the profit, the net profit, we have put all factors constant. You have the labor, you have water, you have everything. Chicken are not getting sick. You are getting 10,500 as the net profit from 100 layers. And from the 100 improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, as we have done our mathematics, you end up finding out that you have gotten, you take the 64,800 minus the cost of goods of the feed, which is 24,000. You end up finding out that you have gotten 40,800. So, how much money is more from the improved Kienyeji breed than that of layers? You end up finding out that you would have gotten your cool 30,000 more from rearing 100 improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. And that's why I said, for a person like me who is doing the breeding, okay, for a person like me who is doing the breeding, as I said, as me, I have around 1,200 improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. I am the same with a person who has 10,000 layers. And that's why I usually encourage most people to rear the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. Because as you can see, if you are rearing improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, out of the 100, you are making 30,000 more than a person who is rearing the layers. Meaning, for that person to be able to be even with you, a person who is rearing the layers to be even with you, he or she should increase the number of layers from the current 100 to 400. So as he or she can be as par with a person who is rearing 100 improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. So if you are rearing 100 improved breed of chicken and a person is rearing the layers, the 100, you'll be at the same point. And let's say the layer person increases up to 400 and you also increase up to 400. Do you know how much money you would have made more than that person of layers? Over 100,000 Kenyan shillings. So why are you not rearing the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken? Even if we say they are laying 70%, even they're not laying 80 now, let's say they are laying even 70%, you will still be able to make 3.5 3.5 times more than a person who is rearing the layers. And that's why I usually say improved Kienyeji breed of chicken can make you rich faster than the layers. And let's say, you know, most people usually say that layers, when layers get old and they are sold off, they usually say they are culling them off. The sale of layers is between 300 to 400 Kenyan shillings. That's the price. But for the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, if they are finished laying, what you do as a farmer, you just let them out for 1.5 months or one month to 2 months for them to do free ranging. And their meat would have turned to like the local breed of chicken. Because when they ingest the grass, it has something known as the carotenoids. It will help the body of the chicken to have that taste of the local chicken. So, and remember, when it has been free ranged, you'll end up finding out that these birds tend to fetch huge prices in the local market. Because, like for example, for a hen, it will not fetch below 1,000 Kenyan shillings. And for the rooster, it will not fetch below 1,500 Kenyan shillings. So, meaning that the money that you would have invested in this business when you're growing the chicken up to the point of lay, you will recoup it as soon as you are selling this chicken off to the market. Okay? So when these chicken are on your farm and they are generating for you a profit, for every 1 egg they are generating 20 shillings as profit on your poultry farm. Meaning at the end of their cycle, these are just piggy banks. They are here to give you money. After they have given you money, you sell them off. Okay, so this is a good investment. You put your money there, it holds over time while it's giving you money. Instead of you investing your money in treasury bonds or the stocks or all those things, or the money market funds, you end up finding out that you have invested your money in the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, then it stays there. Then you start getting profits from that investment. Each day, you know cash flow is king. Each day you are getting money out of that investment. Okay? Then after they have finished laying, then you recoup your investment that you had invested earlier on in the breed, in the raising of the chicken. So you can see this is the smartest way of you as a farmer to be able to grow financially. You know, for the layers, it is somehow low risk in a way, but you know something that is low risk, it has lower returns. But for the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, if you are rearing like 300, you only need like 5 serious people who have incubators and who you can be able to sell your eggs to. And like for example here in Bungoma, where I come from, the demand for fertilized eggs is really overwhelming me. I can't be able to satisfy the market, and that is a big challenge on my side. So if you are a farmer and you are able to rear the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken, it won't only give you a peace of mind, but it will also generate for you more revenues. Even if you decide and sell those eggs at 800 or even 750 Kenyan shillings, you will still make more money than that person who is rearing the layers. And the layers are not as hardy as the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken. The improved Kienyeji breed of chicken can be able to feed on kitchen scraps. Okay? So this kind of chicken is easy to be able to manage it. So guys, if you really want to become wealthy in the poultry sector and you are rearing the layers, those exotic breeds of chicken, maybe for the broilers because of the faster cash flow and small margins, but for the layers you are waiting almost the same time, because the layers usually start to lay around 19 weeks of age and the improved Kienyeji breed of chicken around 21 weeks of age, only 2 weeks delay. But the margins are so humongous, and that's why I keep on saying, me, a person who is rearing 1,200 improved Kienyeji breed of chicken for the purposes of breeding, is the same with a person who has 10,000 layers. I think you understand what I mean. So in this world, it's not about the numbers, it's about the strategy. And thus, these are some of the things that I usually teach people in my masterclass, whereby we have to engage one by one. But you know, some people, this is a free world, and that is how capitalism works. You know, capitalism works in a way whereby you find out that capitalism can allow people to do things that will never ever make them rich, no matter how hardworking they are. That is the bad part with capitalism. It won't tell you or it won't teach you the tricks of things that you can use small energy and some small innovation and can make you a lot of money. You can decide to do things and put a lot of money, but the profit that you are getting out of it is very small. But that is how capitalism thrives. Yes, but if you can be so, and that's why some is so easy for very smart people in this world to get so rich so fast, and you start crying that most people are stealing money from other people. It's not about stealing money from other people. It's about the strategy that they have. They have seen the problem and they are able to solve the problem. So you as a farmer who wants to be able to get a lot of money out of this kind of business, the poultry farming business, you can decide and choose the layers depending with your market though. But if you want to become wealthy, you know, you can't just do any kind of business, but it depends with your goals in life too. Some people usually just want to become moderate there, but if you have a chance to be upper middle class or the rich or the wealthy, don't remain with the middle class. Make sure you go to the upper levels. That's the only way that you can be able to become rich in this sector. So guys, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.